I am Dory Jo Stoll in Prairie Scraps, and I'm so glad you have joined me. We are going to do a resin check-in this evening. Oh shoot. If you are here for the very first time or in this first part and you don't see that like button, you are watching the replay, so put hashtag replay so I know you were here. And I don't know why we're not getting any service here. I don't know what's going on. Kind of weird because actually my ring light is not working either, which is strange. So if the lighting is weird, I apologize in advance. It looks to me like somehow it got bumped off and wasn't charging. It's one of those things where the cord is loose. So anyway, as you know, if you've been watching any of the recent videos lately, I have been doing some resin pouring because Chalk Couture came out with a two-part resin. And so we've been playing around with it and trying to figure it out and do all the things with it because it is kind of exciting. I never thought I would ever do a resin anything. It's not something that necessarily like I went, oh, I have to do that. But sometimes you just never know. So this kind of challenged me to try a new skill set. Last month or the last launch, it was embroidery, and I've been having lots of fun with embroidery. So I guess I sort of just like opened my mind to doing something. So here we are. We are going to do a checkup because so far I poured once, poured twice on my resin. So I'll kind of explain it. We have two different molds, and I've tried both of them. I actually remember this one. It's a two-part mold. It's got a base and a board. If you couldn't imagine what it looks like, the base actually is kind of like bubbly looking. I don't know if you can see the bubbles in it. Kind of bubbly looking. It has a little, but this is very hard. And like I had read, the bubbles don't look too bad. This is the bottom of it, so it doesn't. It's not a big deal. So what happens is this board part that you also pour, and I poured this in a clear with glitter in it, and you can see. I think I tried to pop these like bubbles, but I think they are more like where the glitter kind of fell into the center as it dried. So, anyway, that's a thing. But I don't know if you could see this on camera, but let me see if I can figure out where it is that it looked really obvious. Here it is. It is very uneven. I had it in an uneven point, and like I said, I'm struggling here in Idaho to find a flat surface to keep my projects on. And so it's very thin. And so I took it out after the 24 hours and put it in the base, of course, because I want to see, what it looks like in the base. And I stuck it in there, and I was talking to my friend Amber, and all of a sudden the whole thing sort of just folded over. It stayed in the slot, but it folded over. So it's a little more pliable than I would like to see it. It has hardened since, but it is like uneven. I don't know. I think obviously one side is too thin. And so I'm going to try doing another pouring on just this part. I'm probably just going to do a clear resin. So if I don't get to that tonight, it's okay. You haven't missed anything. And then I will come back and I will probably do a chalk something or other on this surface so that I can try it out. So I was feeling kind of discouraged with the whole process. But we'll see. We'll see how the new pour works and whatnot. And then, of course, so I was working on a plant stand and sanding it outside a couple of days ago because it was so beautiful out. When it's kind of fall weather, it's nice to be outside working on projects. So there it is. And then there was light. So anyway, I brought it in 2 nights ago because it was just sitting by the door and I didn't want it to be there when all my students were coming in. So I stuck it just inside the camper door. And then last night I was looking for some prizes for an event I'm in, and I set it outside the door, walked in, and I had set all these things on top of it, waiting to do my next live. And along with the cardboard, that was under it. You guys know, you saw the mess I made. Needless to say, last night it rained, and it rained all night. We don't have rain very often. I didn't even know it was going to rain. I did feel sore all day yesterday and the night before, so I should have known better. I didn't really listen to myself, my own body, even though it was telling me something. And actually, so I'm worried about this one side like getting too much thicker, because can you see how thick that is? And then this side is different. And then of course it's bent. I think this is the bend that happened when I had it in the base, and it just sort of over. So we'll see if we can do some fixing on it. It seems like resin is pretty forgiving, so that way it's nice. So anyway, I left the whole kit and caboodle sitting outside in the rain all night long. The newly sanded plant stand and the resin projects. The resin projects are fine in the rain. The cardboard is garbage, and it looks like I stained the top of my newly sanded table. So now I'm going to have to do some more work on it just to get it correct. So anyway, this, I don't think it's a horrible, endless mistake. I just think I have to fix it. I have to fix it. So I'm going to try doing a little bit more of a pour on it. Haven't decided whether I'm going to put the glitter. Maybe I'll put the glitter in. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just do clear, because this is the back, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so those are my thoughts. Those are not done. Then to bring you back to present, what I, at the same time that I did a second pour on the accessory container. And so I haven't actually pulled the whole thing out, but I've kind of peeked a little bit on the corner because I couldn't stand it. So this is how it looks after it was done. I just poured clear over it, so you really can't see that at all. But to start with, when I first did the base, I had a little bit left, and I just poured that around the outside edge. There's like a trim, so that you have like a lip on the accessory tray. That's what they call it, accessory tray. And so anyway, here is, I'm really excited about this one, because I think this one, and when I was midway where I just poured this, and it was less than 12 hours that I had poured it, my friend Amber came over and we were talking and stuff, and she just stuck her fingers right in it. She's like, "Oh, I thought it was dry." And I'm like, I did the same thing. So anyway, she stuck all 4 fingers in, and it's self-leveling and totally self-leveled itself out. Figuring out the leveling part was really difficult. Like I said, I don't think there is a level surface in all of Idaho. So just like no building codes for years and years and years has created somewhat of an interesting housing situation. So we just don't have any level surfaces, and we're halfway under construction. So I am peeling this out. It just comes right out of the silicone mold. And wow, look at that. Hello. Isn't that cool? And you can see there is the outside edge. Let me show you the edge. Isn't that cool looking? I'm super excited. It's sort of like there's bubbles in it at the bottom. You can also see specks. Remember, I was telling you that I had specks of like chalk paste in there because it was kind of lumpy. It was kind of a drier paste. It wasn't working on one of my projects, if you remember that. My stool I had to redo. So that is the accessory tray. Isn't that elegant looking? So we are going to do something on this back of this. But first, I'm going to because this is kind of rough around the edges. I do want to go ahead and prep this and get this ready. I'm going to do a little bit of sanding just to make that not so rough around the outside edge. But otherwise, I'm pleased. I'm excited. So I hope you are too. Some things have come in since I started this whole kit and caboodle, this whole shebang. And because remember I said it's really hard, like, unless you know exactly how much should be in each thing, it's really hard to tell like how much to make when you're making the resin up and mixing the 2 parts, and you don't want to waste it. And these are pretty big projects, I think. at least where I'm starting right now. These feel like really big projects to make a lot of, and they take more resin than I think. So the whole bottles, I did both of these, and I still have to do another pour. There's about enough in these 2 bottles to do both of these, the tray and the board and base. That's about what you've got. Maybe a little bonus extra. But when you pour, my thought is that you want something to do with the little extras. So a couple of things I did get in were some molds so I could pour some things. And I was trying very hard to get some things that would make it so I could sell it at my craft shows too. And that would be fun or make great gifts. So I got this bookmark set. You can see that. There's like a rounded oval one. These teeny tiny skinny ones I think are really cute. And those would be nice for just a little bit left over. And then a little bit bigger, kind of normal size. So I am concerned after seeing how these resins dried very thin, how rubbery they will be when they're done. But we will wait and see how that works out. So I got those. This also, and if you want any of the information on any of the things in this, just put resin down below and I will get you the information. It also came with all these little tassels to put on those bookmarks. So we've got that as one set. And then one I'm really excited about also is, and let me know if you're interested in getting an ornament kit. What I'll do is I'll start pouring up some ornaments, but these are like a little under 3-inch ornaments, resin pours, and there's 12 of them in the kit. And the reason I got those was because I figured I could put our minis on there as a cute little ornament. So I thought that would be kind of fun. And even the bookmarks, I'm planning on chalking or doing something with them too. So stay tuned. I'm going to be doing lots of little experiments. I'm here to like help you know what to do and not to do. And then this is the final thing I got, and this is very glittery, so I'm a little afraid to take it out of the packaging. But these are the ABC molds so that you can make keychains with them. Yes. Nope, they are backwards. I'm like, I guess they're forwards. But the nice thing about them being backwards as far as a mold goes is that you want the good side to be down in the tray so you don't have to like sand the edges. There's also a bunch of like glitter that came in this one and tools to cut the whole little pliers and everything. It wasn't too bad as far as the price goes. So that is my last set of molds that I have purchased, and that should keep me very, very busy for a very long time. And now I have glitter everywhere. All right, so the first thing I want to do is actually get this sanded, and I like to. So we're going to finish up this accessory tray. I think that's what it's called. And the first thing I want to do, though, is go ahead and get it sanded down. Because there's just like, I don't know if you can see this, but there's kind of sharp edges. You can see the sharp edges on there. And so this is all an experiment. I've never done this before. I'm just going to take a sanding block to that so that it's nice and smooth and doesn't cut a person. I have heard you don't really want to sand like on the surfaces, especially like this is clear. I don't think we want to sand on that. So I'm just trying to do the edge, the back edge. This is the bottom. So it doesn't really matter if around the edges it's scratched down, but if you do in the part, it will affect the opacity. Is that a word, opacity? That sounded very smart. So I'm sorry I'm so late tonight. I did go and do some home health care today. Celebrated my friend Amber's birthday. Happy birthday. I'm sure it's just her 29th birthday. Tomorrow is Lydia's birthday. She's going to be 18. Woohoo. So that's exciting. Lots of things going on. Lots of birthdays. September. And this last week, my friend Miriam had her birthday as well. My best friend from growing up. See, this edge kind of is higher. So the edges is from, when it sinks down in the center. I guess there's like a little tool that you can kind of scrape the edges too to make them more rounded. But for now, this is going to work. This is going to work. I'm trying to decide. I'm going to just do a pattern on the back of this just so it looks like an elegant tray. So tell me what I haven't decided what color to use, and I'm not seeing anybody. So if you come in, make sure you say hello and, do all the things so that I see you there. I appreciate that. Yes, yes, yes. We need those, right? I appreciate you being here or even checking out a replay. I get it that not everybody can get on all the time. So it's just good to see everybody. And then tomorrow morning, my husband took the day off and he is going with us. We are going to, there's 2 days of games, Friday and Saturday soccer games up in Coeur d'Alene. Don't worry, my house is not unattended, so do not approach. My brother-in-law will be here staying in one of the campers. So anyway, all right. I think that's pretty good. It's a lot more smooth. And I just got this creased edge. I didn't get anything else. And actually what I really like is that it really just did not, move this away so that I don't get any more sandpaper anywhere else. Oh, the other thing I did purchase. Oh boy. See if I can get it in the garbage. Probably not. The other thing I did purchase were some silicone mats so that when you do the pouring and everything on it, it'll just come right off. Whereas the cardboard was kind of collecting it. I don't know if you noticed that, but it was making a big mess on the cardboard. Resin, if you just let it dry, you just peel it right off of the silicone. So I'm going to start out by kind of cleaning this up a little because from the sandpaper, I don't want that in my chalking business. And I'm going to do this on the back. And we could literally stick this back into the mold and pour a resin over the top of it, and it will clear coat the entire thing. So that's pretty exciting to be able to clear coat things. Yeah, I could see a lot of opportunities. All right, what in the world is that? There's something in there. I don't know if I just got that stuck from my cloth or what. I don't know. It's not coming off, so I'm just gonna choose to ignore. So we can put this right back in the mold and actually go ahead. I'm gonna put you down anyway. He's pretty messy. So this is the pattern I want to use on here. This is called, I think this is a brand new pattern that just came out. Distressed Stripe pattern is what it's called. And I'm kind of thinking maybe gold, maybe red. I don't want it to be only a Christmas thing, though. This kind of came out with the Christmas launch things. I think it came out this year. I don't know. And so these are reusable transfers, and I'm going to be using some chalk paste. And all I'm going to do, I want to start out by fuzzing the transfer because it's going to be very sticky. And this is such a smooth surface, this little tray is. So we're just going to sit, actually, I think the other side fuzzes better. So we're going to go on the darker side here and just fuzz it a little bit more so it doesn't stick too hard on our tray. We want it to get nice and fuzzed up. And it's got kind of a grungy look to it. You could do any color, any combination. I could do different stripes, different colors, but you guys know me. I'm too simple for that. Too simple for that. So I think that's what we're going to do, just like that. And I'm going to set this on the backing so that when I put the transfer down on top of it, it's not going to stick to the table. And we're just going to put the stripes on the back side. Now, this is the back side. The upper side of this tray is actually that with the lip on it. It's so you put your keys in there. You could put it next to the door to, like kind of a collect-all or whatever. Put your keys in there. You can put it for your jewelry in there. put it in your bedroom next to the bed or wherever you would like to put little trinkets and little things. It's kind of a collect all. So we're gonna try to find some paste here. I like to use paste because I have a lot more colors, number one, but number two, I don't know. That's the biggest reason. The colors are just more. I have more colors. Let's just put it that way in the pastes. Let's see if it's here. Aha. This might be, oh, it's shimmer gold. I think we're going to use shimmer gold. Shimmer silver would be beautiful. I was kind of thinking reds would be beautiful. I don't know. I also think I have Nominee, which is a metallic. Oh, yeah. I think I have two right now that have. I kind of like the metallic better than the gold right now. So I think that's what I'm going to give a go to. Shimmer has the flecks of glitter in the paste. If you like the look of glitter or like to bling things up, this is a great way to go to do that because it's in the paste and it doesn't make a mess anywhere in your craft area. If you're an anti-glitter mess person, that is me. I do not like the mess. So we're just going to make sure I can kind of see, because this is sort of see-through and it's a clear thing. I can see like bubbles kind of going on in here. And this is not going to be clear, crystal clear lines, but I think it's going to look beautiful. So we're going to use this Nominee. It's a metallic paint instead of having the flecks of gold in it. So we're just going to go ahead and use a small squeegee and squeegee this on here. And then once this is dry, I could go ahead and put it back into the mold and pour a resin, clear resin over the top. And stay tuned. Maybe we'll do that so that I can get it going. My hesitation is I won't be here until Sunday. And so I won't be able to check on it. That might be good because I won't be able to put my fingers in it. So like Amber did. So we'll see how this works out. I could feel that there's kind of a ridge around the outside. So it might like leak under because you want to have all the air bubbles out. And if you don't, it will leak underneath the transfer and not be as crystal clear of a print. So we'll just see how this turns out. All right, we'll get this closed up. And this is water-based. It doesn't have bad smell. And even the resin was very water-based. All right, and I'm going to go slow from the middle to peel it back. If you peel too fast, sometimes you'll peel off the paste with it. But wow, isn't that gorgeous? I love, love, love it. Can you see it? Isn't that beautiful? Hey, Amber, happy birthday. Happy, happy birthday. Okay, let me get this on here, and then this will just wash with water. Easy peasy. Thankfully, it's non-toxic because it keeps me from getting myself in trouble. No fingerprints, by the way, it all leveled out. So there it is. Can you see? There you go. It's actually, the camera's not doing too bad. I think it's doing pretty good. Isn't that beautiful? It does have like the grungy look, kind of a farmhousey. And let me try to very carefully turn this around by not touching it. And so you can see how that looks going through the resin. Isn't that beautiful? Now, we could also do it on the top, like do a little, something on the top as well and do kind of the same thing. And you can even brush the resin on. So I'm going to just go ahead and set this down, get this dried up before I wreck it. Hopefully your grandchildren visit was fun. And it didn't do too bad, this transfer, at all. I really love it. So this is a great pattern, I think. It's going to go great, like in any backgrounds or whatever. But I'm pretty excited about it. And I could even, like, it looks like after, I could re-pour some resin on this and put black into it and make it like all black or see-through. I kind of like the see-through right now. It's kind of pretty. Yep, not dry. You should know better. You want to make sure it's good and dry though before you do the resin, or it would reactivate it. My understanding is because you can like reactivate your chalk paste. I do see a little bit right here that smooched underneath, but you won't even see that. That's pretty. I'm so excited. This is kind of fun. These would make, if you want to make your own gifts for Christmas, wouldn't these make cute gifts? You could put that, you could use any of these minis in there and do a Christmas one, or you could do even general ones, like anything this size. You could do any of our patterns. We have fall patterns, we have some general patterns. I think any of it would look just gorgeous. And I love the fact that it just has so much depth to it when it's this way around. It doesn't really take long for it to dry usually, but I do want to make sure it's dry, good and dry. And the other thing too is now is the time to make corrections. If you did do a smear or do something to smudge it or something, you can fix it once it's dry on this resin because it's a nice shiny surface. But isn't that metallic just wonderful? Here's the top side of it. And like I said, I think I might go ahead and maybe we'll pour. Maybe we'll do a pour tonight after all. I'm getting brave. So the key is you got to get it back into that mold because you don't want the resin to go outside the mold. And you don't want it to go like on the other edges and things. You want it to fit nice and snug in there. And it's like really tight fit. It's kind of just snapping into there. So that would be how you do it. And I've heard you can actually paintbrush it on, which is maybe what I'll do as, instead of pouring it on and having it pool out and stuff, I think I may just go ahead and use a paintbrush on it. Seen people paint it. And then the other thing I do want to do is also do another pour on this. So we're going to use these. I don't know if I can get it. I don't know if I can get it straightened out. And maybe heat would help this. I don't know. I don't know what's going to fix it. But I do know that this one edge is too thin. So let's see. All right. So I'm going rogue probably with, well, I do have my gloves here. So we could do a little resin pour with gloves. And I got these are kind of big cups. I got these bigger cups. I need my spoons out. I got these bigger cups because they have lines. I could have gotten smaller cups, but they were like clear and didn't have lines. All right, so we're gonna start with the resin. And I don't know how much I'm gonna use at all. So that's the unknown part about resin. Oh, I do know one thing I want to do though, is I want to put the cardboard underneath the silicone mat. Oh, oofta. We might be using the rest of our resin here. So for sure you can get these two projects out of it. That's the one thing for sure. Maybe I should have just look at me trying to get my cardboard under. I'll have to do that in a minute. Once you pour the resin is the slowest part pouring. It's the thicker one. The hardener you add to it. But let's get these off of here. These out of here. Try not to spill resin. I'm going rogue without the gloves because last time, if you watched me at all do it last time, you saw me pour And just gonna cover a bigger space. I can't stack these up. I guess we'll only get what we get out of this set here. We're gonna be out. Like if you guys know me at all, you know that I'm just gonna pour this hardener right in here. You have 40 minutes to work with it. This might have more hardener, but honestly, I had the same amounts when we started. Hi, Melanie. Good to see you. We are playing around with some resin, trying to fix some issues I had. So, I don't know. I'm just going to at least double. I think it's just going to be the double amount. And once you want to mix it up for like 3 or 4 minutes. I want to try to get all I can out of these bottles, and then we're going to be done with this resin. If you can believe that. You have to mix them together to make them act together. Hardener and the resin, they have like a chemical reaction to each other. Okay. And then we're just going to, I don't even know which cap went to which. Just going to put them on. Doesn't matter. And then I'm going to throw these away because we are finished with them. Finished. Stick that in there. I need to take my garbage out, folks. All right. And I tried to replace I put my stir sticks. Tried to replace my, I'm going to just start stirring while you're watching, because you want to do this for like 3 to 4 minutes. I tried to replace my sticks because I realized my popsicle sticks were probably over 20 years old. They were from when my kids were little, and I just haven't used them all this time. And we couldn't find, I'm trying to be easy so I'm not stirring up bubbles. You try to get the bottom really good every once in a while. I was trying to find some popsicle sticks, but our Dollar Tree doesn't carry any, so I ended up with just plastic spoons. They were just as cheap. So let's see. I'm going to put that here and then this here. I'm worried that even possibly my surface is in my camper is straighter than anything in my house. I don't know. It's not that my tables are all crooked. It's just that the floors, everything is so unsettled. We don't have basements here. And all the houses, like, you build an addition onto the addition onto the addition. And I know that my husband raised up the one side of our kitchen 4 inches and put a new sill plate in it when we first moved in. And it's still, I think it's gone low because it's so wet on the ground outside. That's where all the water in the neighborhood kind of drains to. So I don't know. It is what it is. I'm thankful to have a house. Thankful to have a kitchen. I keep telling myself that. Do I sound like I don't know how I'm going to do this yet. I don't need to do anything more than have just a thin layer on this. Oh, geez. I'm trying to see if I've got I don't know how it's going to affect my paintbrush either. So I don't want to encase a good paintbrush in resin. So we'll see here. I don't think a sponge would do me any good. So how was your day? How was your weather? We had a beautiful fall day here today. Nice breeze. Yesterday was a little stifling, I'm not going to lie. Okay, I think we have that mixed well. It's supposed to turn like a white color. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I have to resist going faster to try to get it to go faster, because that puts bubbles into it. So you can wait like 10 minutes after pouring it, and that should, when the bubbles should start like rising. I think what I want to do is just pour a little on here and then just kind of smear it on here with my spoon so that I cover all the paste, because my goal is just to put a clear coat on the paste so that you could put it on your counter, and if it happens to get some wetness to it, I don't think this is going to take so much here. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, because it is all kind of clear, but I'm just trying to get a coat. It is self-leveling, so once I get it on there, it's going to be fine. And even though this is a water-based paste, it's all dry. It shouldn't affect it whatsoever. So we're just going to put a coating on here, and it's okay if it has lines and things. I just want to make sure I have all of the edges, everything covered, because we don't want any of that paste squeaking out. Okay, and you have 40 minutes to work with it, so hardly any smell whatsoever. So I'm going to set that right there. I don't know if you can see that. It is a self-leveling, so it could possibly move around. It looks like that's a higher spot. I'm not trying to, I guess this too wasn't exactly. So this one, I'm thinking it would be less obvious that I've tried to re-pour if I put in some glitter. So this is the glitter I use. It's extra fine glitter. I think I got it at Walmart. It's Crystal Diamond. Nothing fancy, and it doesn't take so much. I just want to put some in, and then if I don't use all of this on this particular project, it's okay. I'm going to pour it out onto those other projects, right? And the fine dust really is going to look very beautiful. Maybe I'll go a little overboard, right? Against my better judgment. Yes. Boy, you have been busy all day. I bet you're tired, Amber. You still have energy at the end of your big day? That's the question. Okay, so I just put the clear glitter in there, and I could add other different glitter, whatever I want to add to it to do other projects. And I am literally just going to pour it on here. I think these bubbles will get filled in, if you ask me, and I'm hoping to just kind of get it. This one corner is where it is. I'm hoping I can get it into like a level spot where it will just level itself out. And I'm just going to go all the way around. It does have some shrinkage too as it dries. So hopefully this will just fix my issues of my crooked. And because it's self-leveling, as long as I can get it soon to a flat surface, I think it's going to be okay. I think we're going to be okay. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to see if I have enough space. Let's see how it goes for an ornament, because I'm excited to use my ornaments. Because, you know, Christmas is coming. Are you guys ready for Christmas? Do a little pour here. And maybe you should have put some other. You just want to make sure you get it into all the, there's like a hole around the outside edge here. So you want to make sure it gets in there. And you do want to overfill a tad, basically. You want it to be sort of bubbled up a little, but not too much, because I found in my crooked surface in here, it like pours off the edge if it's too crooked, because it will start leveling and then pour out the side. And if you saw my last video, I was like, oh my gosh, it's pouring out on the floor. So that was interesting. Well, I think I have at least another one. So I think what I'm going to do is put some ornament kits together with the resins I pour. Of course, I need to perfect it and make sure they look okay. And then you'll get everything you need to make your own ornament from the resin, because I will go ahead and it is hard to get it around the outside edge of that. Ooh, that is good. That is good. All right. I think I want to try you aren't leaking out, are you? I do, however, see just a little corner here where it's not covering. No, not covering things. We don't want any spot where it's I want it to coat all of the paste. So set that right there. All right, so we got 2 ornaments out of just that little bit. And I did some of this. Mostly it's right here on this corner. And like I said, I really want to do maybe some alphabetish things here. Let's see what we can do. Oh boy, running out of room. I'm energetic about these little things, and I think I want to see how the keychains work out. This already has some glitter in it, so I have a feeling it's just going to take me a hot minute to get rid of it. H and I and Q and Y, so I don't really need those. I don't think those will be big ones. What letter should I do? Hi, Susie. Good to see you. What letter and what color? So we've got the glitter. Ooh, the glitter is just popping out of here. Please don't pour out of my little tray here just because I got you on a crooked surface. I want to make sure I have enough on everything. I feel like this one could use a little bit more. Before I add a little glitter to it, I want to make sure everything is full. I can always go back and do another pour if I want. We're just going to see, I don't know how much glitter we need. I'm not a glitter person. It's too messy. Oh, so that was just a little shake, not much, and you can barely see it. So I think we're going to go heavier than that. We've got both the fine, ooh, well, now it's green. Now it's very green. All right, I don't know how I'm going to keep glitter from being everywhere. This is what I don't like about glitter, is that it gets everywhere. I don't know. I think I'm going to contain it by putting it into my resin bag here. I don't know. Wish me luck. All right, we're going to mix this up and do some green. And it's actually got some of that fine glitter in there too. Just mix that up really good. And then see how many letters I can do with just this last little bit. I don't know. It seems like it goes a long way. What else? Oh, I guess I could do, she likes orange though, but I could do a B. I don't know if it's bad to go over the top. I might. You do want to wait a little bit for it to see how far in it went, because you don't want to put too much and have it overflow. What other letters? Let's see. Maybe do an A. I should maybe do it. I'm surprised. I thought I'd get like one letter maybe. I'm excited. I'm pretty excited. We'll see how this works out. And then should I finish off with a D? Since I am Dory Joe with Prairie Scraps, thanks for being here. Make sure I'm on YouTube and Facebook. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. Over on, if you can sprinkle it out for me too, that would be awesome, because I am so close to having 2,000 followers on Facebook. It's unbelievable. Oop, I might have gone too far for that D. Maybe got too much. Now what? I do, if I remember right, I do think the resin does, it sinks down, but also the glitter does kind of sink to the bottom, which is okay, because that will be the front. But you could do layers if you're worried about that, so that if you want it completely mixed in, you could do layers. Come back. All right, I'm coming back and trying to make sure that I have all the places. You want it to be kind of bubbled up. But not filling the holes in. I feel like this is going to be a learning curve for me, for sure. And I'm going to have to transport this into the house too. So keep in mind that I have lots more to come as far as opportunities to have boo-boos. I'm even thinking I could probably make some little tassels out of embroidery floss. I think that would be really cute to put on these, or you can even get them at the hobby stores. We'll see. Planning on making these into keychains, but you can make magnets too. Wouldn't that be fun? Except they're not safe for children. I mean, the part that's not safe is that they're little. They could break off or whatever. Okay, we don't want the D connected here. All right, I got an A, B, D, and an L, and I think I've got it all out. Got it all. It is, yep, bubbled up for sure. It does. It's looking right. That maybe not as bubbled up, and I may have to go on it. This is doing okay. All right, you guys, that is it. I wasn't even planning on doing a pour, but I did a little pour here for resin. I'm going to take that in and do a little in case I need it inside. And I have it on a piece of cardboard, so technically, what I was trying to say was you should use gloves for this, but I actually accidentally stuck my whole arm in this one when I was making it the last time, if you were watching, and got it all the way down my arm. I have very sensitive skin, and it did not bother me in any way, shape, or form. So it's not to say that it's not hazardous to your health, but so far, so good. I didn't have any reactions. I did okay. I survived. I'm a survivor. And I thank you for joining me tonight. I will be on all weekend and answering questions and things like that. So like I said, if you want any more information about the products you've seen tonight, just put resin and I will get that information out to you. This is definitely fun. I'm pretty excited that the 2 bottles, 16 ounces total, 8 ounces in each bottle of resin that we carry, total made a tray with a second layer on, with double layers, actually 3 pours on it. And then the board and base that go together, as well as 2 ornaments it looks like I have here, and 4 of the letter keychains. So I think it's pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited about that. Hi, Wendy. Good to see you. You'll have to go back and see how I did everything if you're wondering. I appreciate you popping in here, and I'm going to go take care of this stuff, try to find a level position in my house. I don't know if I can find it. I've been looking very hard, and wash my transfer. So this was the transfer we used for the pour, before we poured. So you have a great weekend. Have a great, blessed evening, and make sure that you keep on crafting. Now I got to do this without spilling.